Oh, dear. You all right now? Oh. All right, then we'll start off again. But with these records, you'd be amazed that I know a chap that has a record shop in Altrincham. That's in Greater Manchester, of course. And Madam will get the Jaguar out and go from Winslow, because that is the money belt of Cheshire, you see. It goes like a snake. Starts at Chester and it misses us by about 10.5 miles. And fishes off through Winslow, and round that way. And they don't buy the records in Winslow. It's beneath them to buy such filthy rubbish. And so they get the Jaguar out, Madam will, and go to Altrincham, about 10 miles, to buy the bloody record. And she goes in his shop and say, "Young man, have you got Beethoven's Fifth?" He said, "Well, go and see the girl." That's his missus, really, but it doesn't crack on, And she'll get her one, midnight blue, candelabra, the lot. And then she waits till every bugger goes out the shop, it's only a little shop, and say, "Young man, have you got Blas to beat?" she said. So I make a big show of getting it off the shelf, and she stuffs it behind the other one to get out the bloody shop with. He said, "I'm not half selling some shit, we're selling yours." Little swine, yes. I don't know whether you, sometimes I get to give talks different places, and I went to give a talk to the Gynecologist Club. You wouldn't believe it. It's true. Anyway, I went to give the Gynecologist Club, and when I was talking to one of them, he said, we get a few laughs in our business, because it can be a frustrating job. Well, you imagine. Anyway, he said, I had a lady come in to see me, he said, and she'd been trying to reproduce one of her own kind for about 15 years, and hadn't managed it, and he'd give her all the pointers, like the wall bricks under the foot of the bed, and, jumping off the wardrobe, and he said, anyway, he thought, and they said, "Well, it's no use, madam, it's artificial insemination." And we sent her off somewhere to this gynae man, the consultant man, to his rooms. And he said, "Just take your pants off." He said, "I won't be a moment, I'll go in and get the test tubes," in his little laboratory, you see, through a glass door, and he goes in there, and she hears a terrific crash and an oath like, "That's knackered it," And he came back all apologetic. "I'm frightfully sorry, madam. That was the last 6 tubes. Will you have draft?" Anyway, another time, you go there and they say, "Dear bloke," somebody said, "Hey, Blaster, go and chat the Pan Am Society up." The Pan Am. I thought, God, those bloody big silver aeroplanes with blue tails, Pan Am. I thought, we've got a spare seat, I'm off to Japan. I'll fiddle my way in, like if I have to sit on the Elson all the way across the Pacific, I don't mind. Pan Am, bloody hell. Anyway, it turned out they were having their meeting in Sam's Chop House. In Deansgate, in Manchester, it was. I thought, well, while I'm down here, I'm not far from Cheetah Mill, tell them a Jewish story, like you would. Well, like some would. And so I was telling him about old Ikey walking up Cheetah Mill on Friday night, the Jewish Sabbath, and he's going past the pork butcher shop, and there's a bloody big pork chop in the window. And he thought, bugger the religion, I'm having it. They can't do any more to me now, So... Oh, he went in and got the 2 9-penny pork chop and took it home, he was clutching it to his breast, and he stuffed it in the oven with the onions round it, and he's getting stuck into it about 11 o'clock, and one of his sons walks in. "What you got there, Papa?" "A pork chop." I go straight and tell the rabbi. No, son, what you have, a £10 or a new suit." "I have a new suit, Papa." "Okay, I buy you a new suit, you go to bed, you say nothing to Rebecca, huh?" So he goes off to bed, and the old man's getting stuck into his pork chop again, and his other son walks in. "What you got there, Papa?" "A pork chop." I go straight and tell the rabbi. No, son, what you have? A £10 or a new suit?" "I have a £10, Papa." "Okay, I give you £10. You say nothing to Mama, huh?" So the old man finishes his pork chop, and next morning he's walking down Cheetham Hill, and old Izzy, the jeweller's coming up, and he sees this wounded spaniel look on Ikey's face. He said, "What with you, Ikey? Not too happy this morning, huh?" He said, No, Izzy. I turned Christian for 5 minutes last night, and straight away I'm chiseled by a couple of bloody Jews." Well, you see, then they had a little break like we just had, and somebody shoved a big meat buttie in my hand with the meat on it and no butter. And I suddenly realised I'd been talking to the Pan-American Jewish community. Anyway, sometimes